So I actually have notes now. I wrote, because usually I'm like super lost. I'm like, I don't remember what to say, but now I have notes. So I'm getting better. I'm getting the hang of it. Hi guys. It's Aisha here again. So this is something that resonated with me when I started learning about it or becoming more aware. So it's basically about anxiety. Most people feel anxiety, whether it is on a daily basis or just when specific events happening, you're just like, I don't know what to do, and it can be very debilitating, hard to live with. It is hard to live with, and sometimes you just feel like you can't get out of it and you don't know what to do. But in today's video, I will be teaching you guys how you may release anxiety. So I'm sure this is a statement that most people hear all the time: living in the moment. So yes, you hear that and you're just like, what does that even mean? When I first heard that, I'm just like, what is living in the moment? I am living in the moment. I'm in the moment and I'm alive and I'm living, right? I'm going to be explaining what that really is, what is living in the moment, how to do it, and really why. Sometimes you just want to know the why to things. You don't just want to hear, do this, do that, but you want to know how and why should I do this. So one of the causes or reasons some people may feel anxious or get anxiety is because it's a lot of worrying about the future and even the past. And when you really think about it, it's just like, and I'm not talking about anyone because I be in the same boat, I swear. It's just like, why worry about something in the past that has already happened? Because so anxiety is basically the inability to release control of your life, of the things that are happening around you. So it's a lot of worrying about the past, about the future, and even the present. But when you really think about it, it's like worrying about the past, something that happened. It's just like you replay it over and over in your mind, and it's just, you wish that something went different. But thinking about it does nothing. Thinking about it does not change anything because you cannot change it. So worrying about the past, what that does is ruin your present moment. So when you can be enjoying the present, when you can be spending time with your friends and family, when you can be spending time with yourself, you can be enjoying your meal in front of you, when you can be enjoying nature, when you can be reading a book, you are stuck worrying about something that has already happened and cannot be changed. And it's just freeing to let go. So also there comes worrying about the future. Stop worrying about the future. It's easier said than done, of course, because that is what we believe. We believe that it's easier said than done, but it can be easy to do when you realize that the future and the past don't exist. They don't exist. They don't exist. What exists is the present. What exists is the moment that you have right in front of you right now. Not a minute from now, not an hour from now, not a day from now, not a second ago, but now. This very moment that you are hearing these words coming out of my mouth. That's the moment when you realize that the future doesn't exist. It's helpful because anxiety stems from the inability to release control, and you want to have control of this and that and everything. This really should give you a sense of relief. The only way, I would say, to control your future is by taking control of your present, because the future doesn't exist. The future will never exist. What exists always is the now. So in order for you, if you want a certain event to happen, or if you don't want a certain event to happen, the only way to make that be true is to take control of your present and, take certain action that will lead to the future. But when that future comes, it will be the present. So do you get what I mean? Like, the future will never exist. It will always be the now. So by taking control, by taking control of your present, of the moment that you have right in front of you. In a sense, you are controlling your future, because you are controlling what is happening, and that will lead to what will happen. Because when you are stuck in worrying, the worry is controlling you, but you can control your anxiety by taking control of the moment. So that is really what living in the moment is to me, because you will only ever have the moment. You are controlling your future. You are controlling what will happen, what you want to happen, because guess what? You're making it happen. And when you worry, you aren't living in the present. So yeah, and also something that everyone should be, uncertainty will always be a constant theme in everyone's lives. We can never be certain of something happening, or that something will happen. You may think, but things just go the way that they are supposed to go. So just releasing control of knowing that uncertainty is a constant theme. So taking control of the present, taking control of what you do have control of, but allowing the uncertainty of the future to be. Just knowing that uncertainty is a constant theme in your life is kind of freeing in a way, because when you let go and no matter how much you think, no matter how much you worry, most things are uncertain. When you know that you allow yourself to let go freely, because you cannot control the future. Holding on will not change the uncertainty. So when you let go, you feel free to live in the moment, knowing that all the choices that you are making in this present moment will lead you to what you want to happen. If you want something to happen, you can make it happen. When I say that things are uncertain, that doesn't mean that you can't make something that you want to happen. It just means that there are certain things that will happen in your life that you don't know. Surprises, things that come up. I haven't said it before, I'll say it now. The universe is magical, and there are no limits to what can happen. Miracles, surprises, anything can happen in this amazing universe. We are a divine, we are spiritual beings put in this physical body, and we chose this life. So because we chose this life and we chose certain circumstances to happen to us, to allow us to grow, to allow us to learn, we can make this life exactly what we want it to be, because it's our life. It's no one else's, it's ours. So we can take control and do exactly what we want. That's also something that's very helpful in releasing anxiety and letting go and just being, is trusting in divine timing. So divine timing is basically everything happens for a reason. Everything happens at the exact moment that it will resonate with you, teach you something, or forever change you as a person, as a being. So when you trust in divine timing, in knowing that whatever happens in this moment was supposed to happen in this moment, you are able to live in the moment, because you know that what comes to you is for you. It's to help you, even if it's something that you feel may be bad, something that makes you sad, something that hurts you in any way. The reason why I say bad in air quotes is because we put meaning to everything that happens to us. So what may be bad to you in this moment is really there to teach you something, to help you grow, to change you as a person, to help change your perspective on life. So yeah, so when you trust in the divine timing of life, you are able to let go a little bit more easily instead of holding on, because you know whatever is supposed to happen will happen at the perfect moment. So I'm going to talk a little bit about living in the moment. So how to live in the moment. So now you already know the what living in the moment is, the why living in the moment. So now I will teach you the how. It's actually very easy. We'll have days where, trust me, you will have moments where you go back to your old mindset, your old patterns. But what it takes is discipline and the strength and the knowledge to take your mind out of that old pattern, that old mindset, and back and into the new one that you are getting used to and that you will master. You can't stop your thoughts, but what you can do is observe them. So a very helpful thing to start living in the moment is meditating. I love guided meditations, just literally YouTube guided meditations. You can even type in specific guided meditations to live in the moment, guided meditations for letting go. There's so many and they're wonderful. And that will help you in living in the moment, because when you meditate, you are observing your thoughts. So it's not about stopping your thoughts, because you can't stop your thoughts, but it is about letting them come. I kind of think letting them come in like waves, in and out, in and out. Observe them, don't judge, but they will come in and let them go. Others will come in and you let them go. They come in and out, in and out, and you just observe. And that is being in the moment. So that will just help you with living in the moment, and then you can do those things on a day-to-day basis. So what is really helpful is, like, let's say you're eating, because a lot of the times you'll be eating and you're on your phone scrolling. You're not being present. Feel all the senses, like the scent, the smell of the food. Smell it. When you chew the food, chew mindfully, chew slowly, and really taste the food and enjoy it. Just really be in that moment, and just, walking. When you're walking, really just be present. Enjoy the view. You might have some beautiful scenery and some nature, trees. Hear the leaves rustling, the breeze passing by your ears. Hear the cars that may be, driving past. Conversations that you might hear. You can even be present when you're talking to someone. And when you're having a conversation, that's actually kind of easier to be present, because you have to really listen to what that person is saying and wait until they're done. When they are done talking, come up with a response. But really listen, be in that moment, appreciate that moment. Living in the moment is just appreciating every sense, observing your thoughts, and being present. So I hope I helped. Bye guys.